I'd like to open this special meeting of the Brookfield Board of Finance for Thursday, March 17th. I'll open with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. So, you know what, I will let you read the motions. Public comment. Do we have any public comment?
Does not look like it.
Okay. Marcia, were you going to say anything?
You had a concern earlier, relayed Eileen's concern earlier about the using contingency this year. Then what if there was a special ed cost and so you want me to kind of reassure you a little bit on that?
Yes, please.
The one thing, and I confirmed with the superintendent today, is they think that if there are any special ed costs, they'll be minor between here and the end of the year, just because of the amount of time that it takes to get a special ed person in there.
Okay.
They are anticipating that they're going to come in under budget. They had a small under budget projection right now, but with the freeze, they expect that to grow.
Okay.
Then the third one is that some of those savings that they had to get to the 50,000 would also be effective for this year,
Okay.
and their projection of being under budget hadn't recognized any of those in this year.
Okay.
And then the final thing is that we don't have to make that transfer until June 30th. To move that money to over, or even after, to move that until we finalize this year's financial statement, to move that money from the contingency to a transfer to capital non-recurring. Does that make you feel better?
It does, thank you.
49.
Okay. All right, Marcia, so what we have typed up here is the mimic for the ARPA is they're off the first selectman's letter approval, correct, as well, too, right? In our
Yeah, it was
packets.
typed a little bit. It was typed a little bit different on what Ginny sent today, just because they approved it in two different motions. But I believe it is all the same.
All right. So any other discussion? Brianna, Dan, oh, Mary, go
I
ahead.
just had a real quick question. I was trying to just make sure all the ARPA numbers, matched everything on here. And then when you're on capital, under other sources of funding, but it's with all the other fire stuff, there was thermal imaging cameras and looks like maybe more life packs. Could you just remind me where that funding was coming from? It's not ARPA, right? Because it doesn't show up on the spreadsheet.
Marcia, you have that in front of you probably.
There were two small things that added up to $48,000. Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
one was 26,000, one was 16,000, 718.
And I believe next to it, and I don't have that pulled up, but I'll try to do it fast. But they had a surplus of 40-some thousand this year in 2021 because we got FEMA money for them. So they were going to pay it with their, it should say year-end 21 surplus or something next to two of them.
I think it did in the spreadsheet. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it was coming fire department funds. Okay.
Yeah.
I was pretty sure, but I just wanted to make
Okay.
sure we weren't missing something from our.
Perfect. Thank you, actually. Any other comments? All right, go ahead, Ryan.
I make a motion to approve and recommend to a town meeting the following budget for the American Rescue Plan Act. Various equipment for the fire companies, $375,217. Brookfield High School rooftop air conditioning unit, $90,000. Still River Greenway design, $75,000. Building condition study for BHS and WMS for $100,000. Town building accessibility study, $32,750. Emergency services study, $50,000. Ambulance replacement, $316,000. Engine 5 replacement, $533,333. Life packs, $12,882. Hearst tools, $140,000. Fire marshal training kit, $12,108. Total of these, $1,737,290. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Discussion?
I like it. Run with it.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Passes unanimously. Thank you. I don't have my glasses tonight. I can't see.
I make a motion to approve and recommend to a town meeting and referendum the following operating budget for fiscal year 2022-2023. Town operations, $20,683,214. School operations, $48,666,148. Debt service, $6,264,450. Capital projects, $2,132,837, for a total budget of $77,746,649. As outlined and described in the operating budget being submitted to the town clerk, the budget represents an increase of 3.15% over the mill rate over the prior fiscal year, adjusted to equivalent mill rate after the reevaluation, and anticipates a mill rate of 25.8 for the fiscal year 2022-2023. Do I have a second?
Well, second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0.
I make a motion to approve and recommend to a town meeting and referendum an amount not to exceed the following for the capital budgets for the fiscal year 2022-2023. Various capital projects, $2,291,560. Townwide communication systems, $5,979,500, for a total of $8,271,060. As outlined and described in the capital budget being submitted to the town clerk, and to approve financing in amount not to exceed these amounts with the issuance of bonds and/or temporary notes in accordance with the standard bonding and borrowing resolutions for said appropriations. Included in the various capital projects is $205,000 bonded for a match to the Streetscape Phase 6 project. The total project in an amount not to exceed $3,965,766 is also approved, subject to obtaining final approval on the state and utility funding. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye. Motion,
Aye.
motion passes 6-0. All right. Great job, everybody. Do we have any public comment? No public. Hearing none. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Let's close her down.
Woo!
Yay!
Nicely done, Board of
Goodbye.
Finance.
Very nice.